doing the same ones. Um, I've been doing the same ones the whole time. I think it's gonna change. So, like,
Yeah, it will change. So phase two will be the movements will be a lot of similar ones, but you're going to use tempo instead of just like 10 to 12 reps. You're going to do like
okay,
reducing the weight, bringing it down like on a 5 count. Um,
okay, cool.
so and then phase three it gets into is more of an endurance phase, and that will be like supersets and less rest times, and that's going to get you fucking sweating going.
Okay,
And the fourth phase is straight strength. All the exercises will be low weight, high weight, low reps, and
okay, hell yeah,
yes. So and then after that, I'm building some more shit after that to keep it fresh.
yeah, yeah, hell yeah, yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready. I love this shit. I actually, it's crazy because I used to hate legs,
Yeah, I
but
do. I
now
do
I'm
too.
like it's weird because I'm actually like, I can see like my leg muscles and they're like
Yeah,
getting diced, and I'm like, I actually look forward to leg day. Like, I don't
yeah.
know, it's weird. I'm like, I'm fucking
I
losing it
think
or something.
I think guys. I mean, I know for me, it's like I know that you know more people are going to see my upper body than they're going to see my legs.
Yeah, yeah,
And so it's like I want to focus on that, and it's like it's a manly thing to be like strong with your arms, and you can fucking
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
But
But now the short shorts, like the
yeah,
5 inch shorts are in,
yeah,
so it's like
you gotta have those calves
you
popping.
gotta have you gotta have those fucking thighs and shit to even
Oh,
wear the shorts.
look at Mike. Michael's actually in the gym as we speak. Good job, buddy.
All right.
No. Yeah. So, yeah, no, that's good, man. That's good shit. So, I hired a trainer just for leg day because I just won't do it on my own.
Yeah. Well, you've been doing it for a while, so I'm sure it gets kind of.
It gets boring. I was
Yeah.
usually doing like that's why I went to CrossFit and all that stuff because they part of the workout a lot of times is like legs. So that's where I was getting my leg workouts and then I was doing upper body, in the gym.
Yeah. That CrossFit shit. That shit's high tempo, ain't it?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's fun, man. It's fun because hold on. What's your email? Some people are having trouble with the link I sent them for some reason, so I'm gonna keep sending out people. Kenny made it. I'm gonna send this link here.
What's up, brother?
What's up, my man?
Nothing, just sitting down to eat. I just actually just got this link
Yeah.
too. I didn't
Look
know
at that.
about it.
Hold on. Let me pause this.
Yeah.
Or let me mute this.
Thank
All
you.
right. Yeah, man, 7 o'clock on Saturdays. Well, you're in Pittsburgh,
Oh yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
that's the time.
I'm usually working late. That's why I left early for my
Ah,
son's baseball game. So that's probably why I usually miss them on Saturdays. Or I'm at a baseball game or whatnot.
nice. I just signed up for a softball league, so I'm very excited about that.
Have you ever played softball before?
I played baseball like my whole life growing up.
I know it's nothing the same
I
though.
know that's what everyone keeps telling me. So I'm gonna go to like there's a couple like softball batting cages,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna like I know that it's gonna feel weird catching and throwing that ball.
Yeah, catching is the most like a fly hit. You'll
Yeah.
think it's coming right to you, and that thing will go right behind you. So once you get that, get a nice mitt. I mean, you're
Yeah.
good. I
Are the
wasn't the
soft,
greatest.
the softball mitts are bigger than the regular ones, right?
Yeah, but you can actually really use a. I see a lot of people using regular mitts. They told me to buy a softball mitt, so I bought like this 12, 14-inch mitt, like an
Yeah.
idiot. I couldn't catch shit.
Yeah.
Not one thing. So I was just like a designated hitter the whole time. But I was like the best one. I mean, I had the best average and everything.
Nice.
But
Nice.
the catching and all that, yeah, just be careful, man.
Let me
Try your glove. If you have a glove, try that first.
yeah.
I
I got
suggest. It's broken in and everything. Yeah.
let me write this girl real quick, make sure she's coming. We're in here. Whenever you're ready. All right. So what we'll do real quick while we wait on her, because I think she's gonna chime in here soon. Let's go around and start getting some wins, man. Let's go to Sage. Sage, Tell me some wins. Share something good with me.
Wins since Wednesday.
Just in life, man. What you got going on? What's good right now? What's going on? What's good in your life?
Um, there's a lot of stuff that's good, honestly.
Yeah.
That's good.
There's so much. There's so many new changes. Like one thing I realized this week, not drinking alcohol for so long, I
Yeah.
feel so hyper. Like my
Yeah.
mind is just going. I mean, that's not a bad thing. I would consider that a win too, because I can think about so much and like actually get so much done. It's just different. I don't know. Life is just so different, and it's like all falling into the place that it's supposed to. So I'd say everything like that's flowing.
Yeah.
It's just getting back into a new groove.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. You're
It's
doing it.
been
You're
good.
kicking ass. I've been seeing you getting all the workouts done. So congratulations on that. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Um, how are we lifting heavy? Did you see my post? If you can do 15 reps, you're not lifting heavy enough.
I did see that.
Okay.
Yeah, which was
You-
a good insight, like just to make sure I'm doing the weight I
yeah.
need to do.
And did you see that video I posted, that Facebook video? The guys like basically like if what your reps should look like, when you're lifting. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, send it.
I really enjoyed that video because it's like it gives you a good idea. Like he talks about like what it should look like if you're getting like if you can do the fucking weights without fucking slowing down at the end, or you're not lifting enough. You want those two last reps to really be tough.
Yeah,
I don't believe in like
perfect.
going to complete failure, but if you get to the point where you know that you're within 2 reps of hitting failure and you're struggling, then you're good.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. I know. I almost made my son go with me the last couple times because I'm like, dude, I cannot finish these last couple. Like, I
Yeah.
need somebody underneath my arms. Just help me out a little bit because they get tough.
Yeah.
Once you start moving up in weight, I'm like, holy crap. Okay,
You got to be like Kenny over here, Mr.
I
PR,
know.
Mr.
Yeah,
Personal Best every
seriously.
time, like 3 every time. Yeah, and when I started using the app, it's fun that way, man. It's just like, okay, I got to beat myself somehow, whether it's reps or volume or whatever it is, man. You gotta figure out a way to beat. It's you versus you. Beat yourself from the last time.
Agreed.
All right. All right, so let's bounce around. Kenny, why don't you share? Tell me something good. Tell me what's going on in your life. Anything good?
You hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, everything's good, brother.
I like
Been a
it.
great week. Wake up time's been great, except for the one day, I think it was Friday, that I didn't set my alarm. I fell asleep early, forgot. Still got it all done in the morning. Got everything done I needed to get done. The shop atmosphere is definitely coming along better. And I'm on to new things now that I've been a barber for 10 years. I got too many different avenues I could go upon and
Yeah.
use to my advantage. And now I'm gonna start using them to my advantage. Well, everything's going great.
Okay.
Perfect right now. I mean, it's still too good right now. Things are gonna be bad, but still
Yeah.
waiting on the car situation. That's all gonna be a blessing in the future when I
Yeah.
need it. And come down and see you very soon.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna be the first. I'm be the first one to make sure I come down and see you real quick. I think.
They're talking. I don't know if you made it in the call last time, but we're talking about doing a little get together. So
No, absolutely,
nice.
absolutely.
That'll be fun, man. We're gonna
That'd
do.
be very cool.
I'll put together some beach workouts. We'll get one of the gyms I got. We'll bring all the equipment out there, and we'll do a little beach workout.
That'd be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Let me call this girl. She literally
Me? No. Here, I know. I'm sorry. I was getting
No,
situated.
no, you're
Are
good.
you
You're
talking
good.
Hey,
about?
dude.
Okay. I don't know if you're talking about me. My
No,
bad.
no, I wasn't, but you're good now.
Okay.
I'm calling the chick that's speaking tonight. Alana, how's your little trip going?
It's going good. Just with my son, with family, with friends, and just doing a whole bunch of everything. Going kayaking tomorrow at Silver Springs.
Okay.
So yeah, but I'm doing okay. I haven't been completely old faithful on everything. It's been 11 days since I vaped.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so I'm just trying to get back to normal, you know, just getting into normalcy. I'm going back to Savannah Monday, so trying to get back into like normalcy of a, routine. So yeah,
Did you get some sun today?
I sure did.
Okay.
I sure did. So
That's awesome. All right. So Ashley just wrote me. She fucked up, but she'll be on in a few minutes. So um, she didn't realize it was Eastern time. I think she's in a different time zone, but she'll be here in a second. So we'll hang out for a little bit. We'll see what's going on. Jimmy, talk to us. Dakota, tell me something good, man. Tell me what's going on in your world.
Congratulations on the no vaping, by the way. Just want
Okay.
to let her know that's a big thing.
thanks, man. It totally, I didn't realize how much it flipped my world upside down. Like my whole regiment, everything. Like I disassociated myself and completely I didn't have any interest in nothing and anything. Like it threw me for a loop. And but I thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's pop over to Dakota. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Got 11 months and 27 days,
Fuck yeah.
and I I'm coming off the road completely. Like it's been amazing. I got a job, be home every night.
Nice.
This job, well, I switched companies, and it just money is gonna be great again. And I just been struggling the last month, but since this company come up to me and offered me this position because it just came up, so I'm like the first one to ever get the offer to be home every night like that. It's just amazing. And then of course I wasn't really like, I've never been one of the ones to hit the gym or anything, but since I'm in a hotel, I was like, I'm gonna go, walk on the treadmill,
Oh yeah.
just take it easy, and then I realized, just for like 30 minutes, I was like, dang, like that changed my whole mood yesterday.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I'm
telling
gonna
you, bro.
go.
I tell everyone this all the time. Movement fucking will change your life. Get out in the sun, move your body.
So I'm like, well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go get a gym membership when I get home and stuff, and
Oh yeah.
so it's gonna be amazing just to
Good
be
shit, bro.
home.
So you got like 4 more days till a year, man. Congratulations.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Congrats, bro.
Yeah. Rupa, I want
Excuse
to
me.
pick on you since you joined us tonight. Tell me something good. What's going on in your world? Anything good? What are we celebrating?
I don't know.
I'm putting you on the spot.
I know.
It's all good.
And yeah, things are getting better. Last time we talked, I was a hot mess express.
It's all
So,
good, man. We all are. We all are a hot mess.
yeah, all aboard the hot mess express train.
There you go. But everything's good.
Things are getting better. Kind of getting over, stuff, grief and all the
Yeah, I get it.
other things that cause me to, kind of spiral.
I think the last time we talked, it was football Sunday because I remember you were wearing a jersey.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for coming. We're gonna get started here. Ashley will be in a second. She'll start telling. She's awesome. She'll start telling her story. Chance, we always gotta check in with Chance. How you doing, brother?
I've been better. Our allergies are destroying me. My
Yeah,
eyes are crusty, hard to see. I'm alive, I'm sober, but yeah, I've been down my allergies and I wear contacts.
yeah. They
It's a
get me
wrap,
too.
man.
Hey, do you get like fucking brain fog and like tired when allergies are hitting you?
Them headaches kick in
Yeah.
and I don't feel like doing nothing, but my eyes and scratching. It's like, geez, man.
Well,
It's,
hey, like you said, you're alive and you're sober, so that's all that matters, right?
yeah. That's all. Allergies just got me, man, kicking my ass. So
The,
that's why I've
the,
been kind of, then the allergy medicine shuts you down. So
yeah. The workout's going good.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Legs feeling good.
oh, my leg is feeling pretty. I mean, got this little knot that comes and goes, but yeah, I feel like I'm 95%.
Perfect. Okay. Well, good checking in. I'm gonna pop over to Michael.
Spit on and say something.
Michael, tell me something good.
Oh, good things. Got the kids to do some chores today.
Hell yeah.
Broke 6 records tonight at the gym.
That's what
So
I'm talking about.
putting up the weight, feeling good.
Let's
Still
go.
dropping pounds like crazy. So,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, got up this morning 338. So happy about that. Broke
Oof.
that 340, bro.
That's crazy. That's
So
crazy.
it's going. It's
I've
going
been
good.
I've been trying to shift myself to getting up earlier again. When I was like really dialed in, I was getting up at like 4:30 every morning. And I just
That's my normal day, bro.
yeah, I know. I'm at like 5:30 now, but I'm trying to get back to 4:30. It's just I like staying up at night. I like watching TV before I go to bed. I like watching a good scary movie. So that's usually what I do. I usually throw on a scary movie and fucking next thing I know, it's fucking 11:30 at night, which is crazy to me because I used to go to work at 10 p.m. and now I'm whining if I'm not sleeping by 11:30. I used to go to bed at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning almost every fucking day. 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, and here I am. Oh, it's fucking 11:30, and I'm too tired, or I'm still awake. Oh my God. So, um,
Yeah.
Kenny chimed in for your chance if you look at the group text. Yeah, so that's fucking good stuff. We talked to Jimmy. We talked to
Hey,
Chris.
I just wanted to say, JR, that I saw a video on the hack squat about going all the way down.
Yeah,
So that's why my hack squat wasn't as much because two, they were different type of hack squats. Like this one was harder. I don't know, it was more up to date or whatever than the Y. But I did like I went way further down and it was I was making sure I was doing the reps and all that. So it was like I could tell the difference. So it was like I could I was just kind of more so doing the form today.
yeah. Well, and that's really what I mean. This first phase is really just about that anyway. So that's
All right, cool.
so. But locking in that phase, I mean, or that form is important. And if you hit good form, and
I was watching C-bum videos and he
oh,
was he was talking about it. I'm like, all right, I don't think I'm going down far enough.
no, that's awesome. Question for she's almost here for a group. Here's what we're gonna do we're gonna kill some time real quick until she gets here. Let's see, what are good questions? Two truths and a lie, pancakes, waffles. Um, all right, so here we go. I'm gonna pick on some people here. Sage, I love picking on you. Tell me, what is your dream vacation?
A dream vacation would be, I kind of only know the states, so I'm gonna say, well, actually, I freaking love the Bahamas. Oh, I want to go to Turks and Caicos.
Okay,
That
okay.
is a dream.
Turks and
Yeah.
Caicos, never been there.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous.
I've looked at it a few times. There's a uh, there's a place in Italy, like on the coast, that I want to go to. It's fucking beautiful. Can't remember the name of it.
You gotta tell me.
Yeah, I have so by the way, guys, vision boards, man, they're fun. I've just put a new one together for myself, and I've got all my little things on there, and it's nice. I look at it every morning. I stare at everything. I'm like, this is all the shit I'm gonna get, man. And
Yours
it's
is
fun.
physical?
Yeah, I made a physical one. Here, let's see. Let's
Nice.
see here. Hold on, I'll bring you guys over here. I forgot that I have a laptop that I can move around here. So here we go. This is my vision board. I've got
Good shit.
the thing at the top. We got a home gym. Okay. Um, I got this this is like a vacation. That's just meaning freedom. Range Rover. I want to get a white Range Rover with a black roof. I want to get a cabin that I can rent out for Airbnbs. That is front row tickets to WrestleMania. That's on my bucket list. I've got a cow. I always wanted a Highland cow. So I want to have a cool little house where I can have like animals, and I want to have a Highland cow. And then what's this one over here? Oh, that's another house. That we don't have to worry about that guy. Um, that's stupid. And then that's
No.
That Italian coast thing I was talking about. Then the rest of them are just kind of like words and shit like that. But I'm gonna keep adding to that. I had another one, but I actually achieved some of it, so that's pretty fucking cool.
That's way cool. I've
Yeah.
never made one. Always wanted to, haven't done it.
Yeah, just go on Amazon. I
That's a
got
great
that little
idea.
black thing and it tapes to your wall, and you can just get and order the pins. And then I literally ordered. I went on fucking online on my phone. I picked out a bunch of pictures that I want to put up there, and I sent it to the Walgreens app, and they print it for you. It's like fucking $2, and you walk in and pick them up like they're pictures, like they're like pictures you got developed.
That's so easy.
Yeah, so easy, so easy.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm doing that.
It's fun, and it's fun. You know, I wake up every morning and look at that. Maybe we can make that as like an extra credit fucking extra credit thing.
We should.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Let's see who this girl is. She was at the gym. She says she'll be on it soon. Okay, well, let's see. I want to ask the same question. Jimmy, what's your dream vacation?
I know you're there, but I mean, Florida.
Yeah?
I just like been wanting to go. I'm from Ohio, so I came down. I've been in VA for years, 15 years. I'm trying to go further down south, like, and come to Florida. So, I mean, it's not crazy dream, I got some felonies, so it's kind of hard to
Yeah,
get
right?
it's kind of hard to get a passport and all that. But yeah.
What part of Florida?
Uh, I don't even know that much about Florida. I mean,
So
just
I'll tell you, stay the fuck away from Miami.
okay.
I went, oh,
Okay.
Miami. Let me tell you something. What a shithole that place is, man.
Is it?
Yeah, and the traffic's retarded, and it's like, so I used to be a photographer, so I have to. The only reason I ever went there is because there's a lot of fucking models and
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
would drive there. I'd have to go there like once a week, and like I live, I don't know, fucking 80 miles from Miami, and there were a couple times where it took me 4 hours to get home because they just like
Holy
turned rush out. Yeah,
shit.
traffic's retarded.
What's a good area?
I would say like if you want to come to Florida, it depends on what you want to experience, but
Just kind of like the beach and shit,
like to me,
I'm-
Jupiter, Florida, which is like a little bit north of me, it's a
Okay.
fucking little beach town. It's got some killer fucking bars and restaurants. It's
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
beautiful. And there's stuff on the other coast, on the West Coast. I don't know much about the West Coast, but there's a lot
Yeah.
of shit there.
I'm moving to Virginia Beach Friday. So I've only been to the ocean 2 times. So, and I only been in the ocean 1 time. So I'm moving Virginia Beach Friday, and I'll be right beside the beach. So
Let me she's trying to log in right now. I gotta send her what's your email?
I'm trying to get some. You got a face routine, or I sometimes I'll be tanning I feel like my shit's. I'm trying to look at all this shit right here.
There's some shit I was gonna order online, but yeah, we can talk about that. We can make that a little chat one day. We'll have
Yeah. This is like collagen
men's
and peptides, and
skincare.
I'm like, oh, peptides, but
By the way, I've got codes for supplements. I've got codes for peptides. If anybody needs anything, I don't sell them. I'm
Okay.
not even making any money off it. They're company friends of mine. Hey, Ashley's here.
all right.
Wait, is she gone?
I'll get those codes off you.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Hold on, she's sending me her fucking. She was just here for a second. She's coming back probably. Yeah, so if you want, and it's fucking cheap, dude. Cheap. Like I got some Retatrutide that everyone else was paying like 165 for like $90.
Yeah, if you give me the code, I'll support it, for sure.
Okay. All right, Ashley, how we doing?
Hi, how are you? I'm so sorry.
No, it's all
Oh my
good.
God.
You know, when you
Okay,
when
cool.
you weren't here, I was like, I guarantee you, she was like confused about the time change,
Yeah,
whatever.
I thought it was 7 p.m. and I just got home from the gym.
What
Oh
are
my
you?
goodness.
What time zone are you in?
Pacific Standard Time.
Oh, so it's early for you over there. Okay.
Yeah, when you were calling me on Instagram, I was like, oh well, I'll call him right back. I'm not in my
Yeah.
garage yet. Yeah, my apologies.
No, it's not your fault. I mean, whatever, it happens. That's why I do them at
Yeah.
7. It's actually crazy because I get a lot of people from the West Coast. So I try to make it like as late as I can here so everyone can join in.
Makes
Ashley is here. Ashley, we'll let her dive. Are you ready? Can you dive in?
Yeah,
Okay, so
I can.
I saw her on that same podcast that I was on, Hopeaholics, and I loved her stuff, and I think she has some good insight and some fun stories to talk about, and just take it away, do your thing. It's all you.
Cool. Okay, hi guys. My name's Ashley and I'm an alcoholic. What can I say? I mean, there's so much. It's funny because, I realize now that from sharing my story over and over again, it changes in such beautiful ways. Like there's a transformation of like, sharing in a meeting, and then maybe going on a podcast or doing like an interview type thing, and then watching yourself back. He's like, oh, and then you like you piece together things that you wouldn't have pieced together. It's almost like mirror work, like Carl Jung, like doing mirror work in front of the mirror. It's like very much the same type of deal. Um, and yeah, I think for me, sharing my voice has become of the utmost importance because I went through a relapse after having multiple years in sobriety, was opening my own treatment center, and was caught in this relapse. And, having worked in the treatment industry for about 10 years, let me move so that, and having worked in the treatment industry for about 10 years, and that's the place where like we're the example, we're the ones that the stigma is like you can't be struggling. And I was, and I didn't know what to do, so walking back and really just sharing, because I've like alchemized that shame and guilt, is where I find my freedom now. So yeah, for me, my story is I was born in Los Angeles. I immediately, once I was maybe like 4 or 5, thought I was different from other kids, all of the anxieties we feel as alcoholics. Um, and my dad was 30 years older than my mom. So already I saw a difference from all my friends with their parents and their families. And so I had 5 brothers and sisters that were like 30 years older than me. So they were, essentially like more like aunts and uncles. And I say that because, it was just me and my mom. My mom and my dad got divorced when I was 5. And then me and my mom lived together, and it was like oil and water, didn't really get along. I didn't understand her and she didn't understand me. My brother died when I was 5 from heroin, from using a dirty needle, and contracting AIDS from it. And this was back in like what, 94, 95. So there wasn't a lot of education on it, and people didn't really know. People were using drugs and it was a lot more dangerous back then. Not to say it's not now with fentanyl, but with contracting things, it was definitely a very dangerous time. And so my mom moves up to Northern California when I'm 8. Again, just didn't get along, clashed. And I really, like, when I tell you that this poor woman, listen, like her name's Debbie. We call her Debs. She's a nice woman. She's a sweet lady. She didn't mean anything. I feel like we put so much meaning on things in our life. And we build cases against other people because, especially in childhood, we are the victim, right? We're just collecting data. We don't really know which way is the right way, right? So we just collect data and we take in these belief systems, which end up limiting ourselves. So Mama Debs, sweet woman, didn't have a lot of emotional regulation herself. And so dealing with a rebellious and difficult child would be hard. ADHD, I was very defiant, all of the things. And what was I gonna there? I was gonna add something else. So anyway, but by the time I'm 13, she said, listen, this isn't working out for me. Do you want to be here or do you want to go somewhere? And I was just kind of like, I would rather be anywhere but here. And so she sends me to boarding school. I'm there for 2 months. While I'm there, my dad dies. And, again, my dad was 30 years older than my mom. So he was 77 when he passed away. And it was still rough because I was more of like a daddy's girl. I didn't vibe with my mom. And she didn't want me to go to the funeral. And I was like, listen, if I can't go to the funeral, just leave me here till I'm 18. Because I knew, even with my defiance, even with my just troubled nature, that there was something wrong in the home. And a lot of us come from toxic households, and that doesn't have to be our caretakers doing drugs. It can be they don't know how to regulate their own emotions. They weren't taught how to regulate their own emotions. And whatever they lack, whatever their parents lacked in giving to them, they're going to lack in giving to us because they just don't know. So it's cool to learn that piece now, and being able to have the compassion that is needed for my mom, because I would want that if my child felt like that about me. So she lets me go to the funeral. I go back to the boarding school in Fresno, California, and the next day I'm in group, and they were like, oh, someone's going to go to a nice horse ranch. And I was just thinking in my head, like, sucks for them. They're like, Ashley. And I was like, oh, of course. Like, of course it's me. And so it wasn't just a horse ranch. It was actually a wilderness program. And so I go to this wilderness, and I will say, I hadn't done drugs. I hadn't done any of these things. What this was a case of is really just my mom not knowing how to deal with me, and it being marketed to her as like, we can fix your child. And I feel like that happens all the time and still happens, especially for that younger than 18 demographic of like, the parents are very emotional. They don't know what to do. They're distraught, and, let us fix them. Right. So I'm there for 3 months. I learned how to ride horses, which ended up saving me from drug use in high school. I actually really enjoyed being there, but that was the first time that I realized the data I'm collecting, right, as a 13-year-old girl, that my mom won't validate me. My mom is not going to provide me the safety I need inside, so I need to look outward. So in that wilderness program, any outside validation I could get, men, or not men, I'm 13, boys, girls, it didn't matter, right? But if you were going to tell me I was pretty, if you were going to tell me I was funny, I ate it up. It was my first drug, validation was. And I wasn't really too concerned with you telling me I was kind, telling me I was sweet, telling me I was a good friend, because all of those things took deeper bonds. That took me being bonded to someone and showing them who I am. And I didn't like me. I didn't even know who I was. So how am I going to show you an authentic version of Ashley that I've never even met? So I get out of that school and or the wilderness program, and I go back to my mom's, and everything you are, I'm still there, right? And she's still there. It's still the toxic household that I left, right? So I do school for a couple years. I'm like in a private school for freshman year. I didn't get kicked out, but they were just kind of like, listen, if you could just not have her return, we would love that. And so I then go to a public school. I'm in my sophomore year. I felt like I found myself. Now, I don't know if that's because I was maturing my brain. I don't know if that was because the people there I just really like actually bonded to and loved. I don't know what it was, but I found great groups of friends. And I also found alcohol. I found alcohol. I was going to parties every once in a while because my mom was very strict and I was always in trouble. We never were getting along. So I was always in trouble. But the times that I could get out, I was going to parties. And I remember the first time I had a drink, I had 2 beers. It was like some shitty beer. And I was like, this is fantastic. Because I was able to say all the things that I couldn't say not sober. And I was like, this is medicine. This is medicine. I didn't even want to get fucked up. I was okay just having a little bit to take that edge off and to make me like me and to make you like me. I wanted you to like me. I wanted everyone else to like me. So anyway, I'm 16, about to get in. No, I just got into my junior year of high school. Then I go to this party and I'm with this firefighter that had just graduated my high school. So I'm like, just turned 17 and he's like 19 or something like that. Now, I say he's a firefighter for this reason. I go out, I'm out till 5 a.m. Mind you, my mom is very strict. So the littlest thing of rebellion is like catastrophic, right? I get like grandeur to her. So I come back at 5 a.m. and mind you, we have a 2-story house. The only room that the alarm doesn't work in is my room. So I get down my 2-story window, and I get down to the ground, go out, I'm out till 5. I come back and I'm drunk. I'm like, how the hell? What am I supposed to do here? So I knocked on my front door. I wasn't good at this. I wasn't like a criminal. I didn't know what was going on. And she was pissed. And then I called the firefighter the next morning. I was like, dude, this was bad. He's like, Ashley, I'm a firefighter. I have a ladder. Why didn't you call me? I'm just like, you know what? I don't know. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. So then 2 weeks later, I get woken up in the middle of the night by 2 people that were like, we can do this the easy way or we can do this the hard way. And I was like, fuck, again, great. And I just remember telling my mom, I looked at her with, I wasn't even like embarrassed or demoralized. There was no shame, no guilt. I was tired. I was tired of dealing with the same woman for that many years and for it not fitting, for there, nothing ever clicked with us. And I was just tired. And I said, this isn't going to do anything. And so I go there, I'm there for 10 months. You know, I'm 6 months in, my best friend dies. They tell me about it. And then I guess the kids from my high school made this Comeback Ashley Moore Club on MySpace. And, you know, my therapist like drops down this manila envelope with all these comments, like 40 pages of comments showing like people's favorite memories with me. Other people like talking shit about my mom, all this stuff. It was, you know, but I wasn't upset with myself from that. I wasn't upset with the people from my town. It was a very small, close-knit town. I felt good that people like loved me. And I'm in Montana in like locked rooms having to dig myself out of snow. I'm just like, what the fuck is life, you know? And so anyway, you know, as I'm getting out, I find out that my mom kind of got like blackballed from our community because, you know, her yoga studio she went to 5 days a week. Who do you think owned them? My friend's parents, the restaurants, all that. So it was like dirty looks in the town, everything like that. So anyway, she ended up moving. I got out. I moved down to LA when I was 18, had so much trauma that I wasn't willing to unpack. And so I immediately got addicted to drugs. I immediately got addicted to coke, heroin, speed, whatever you could think of. But, you know, I had 2 jobs working at Jamba Juice and Abercrombie and Fitch and like just completely stopped going within 3 months of me being back in LA, just done, doesn't care about anything. And here's the delusional lies we tell ourselves, right? I said, you know what? I'm going to hold off for a little bit. I'm not going to go to college. I'm not going to go to school. I'm not going to do it. I've had it rough. Don't you know? I am going to take 1 year off. I'm going to take 1 year off. I'm going to party. I'm going to have fun. And that 1 year turned it into a 9 year heroin and speed addiction. Maybe 20 to 25 treatment centers, never wanting to actually get sober, only being in psychosis and needing a safe place to be. You know, I wasn't ready to be responsible. I wasn't ready to take responsibility for my life, my actions, and my happiness. And so I'm 27 and I get pregnant in addiction, and I ended up getting sober. I mean, there was, there's stuff within my using. I mean, baby's dad, like I've been kidnapped, I've been robbed, beaten. Like I was selling drugs for a good, like maybe 3 or 4 years in really dangerous situations, with very dangerous people. And, had a lot of different things happen as a result of. Also been to jail for over a year at a time. I did a prison term in county. In LA, they do that because of overcrowding. So if it's not violent, you do it in county. And I was 8 months pregnant and had to go back on a bail into jail. So talk about demoralizing. That's when I felt it. I felt it then. And I immediately was just like, I have no other options. I have exhausted my fucking resources in every way. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. The way of like Ashley knows best, or I can control this, I can control you, doesn't fucking work for me. And it was the first time in my life that I was like, let me just throw in the towel. Let me just throw it in and see if it works. I don't know another way. I didn't want to. It was that I just had no other option. So I get sober. I'm sober for about 5 years. This is where I found motivation, determination, grace as a woman, all because of doing the 12 steps. My recovery is a result of the 12 steps. It just is. I would have not tweaked myself in ways, and it wasn't even me. I can't take credit. It was God and me putting forth the effort, and then God meeting me halfway. I would not have grown in the ways that I didn't want to grow in, or ways that I needed to grow in, that I didn't realize I did. And I really found myself, and it was amazing. That's where the motivation and determination and the will to make my life as to be all that I could be, I guess you could say. So within career, relationships, being a mother, just doing the best I could. And I found a lot of success in my career. And I was like, you know what? It's been 4 years, it's been 5 years. We're good. The promises have came true. We can intentionally leave the program. And thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you to everyone involved in my recovery. And I did like a tour of letting the family, the friends, everyone know. And, that was the pride before the fall, because I really allowed myself to be delusional. And I think being delusional can be a good thing. I think it can be a good thing for positivity and for knowing you can just do whatever it is, right? Believing it, knowing it, and then you're able to do that, right? But when you're delusional with ego and with character defects, it'll bring it. It's just like it being positive or negative. What are you going to feed, right? So I left. I was drinking for a few years, and I had no want to drink. I had a spiritual experience or a spiritual awakening. And, you know, I had a spiritual awakening as a result of the 12 steps. And then years later, I had a spiritual awakening in the beginning of COVID that was transformational. But I missed a key component of staying within the one thing that kept me alive and made my entire life excel. So without the program, I didn't have God and I didn't have gratitude. Those are the two things that serve my life and everyone in it, as well as drive my life on a daily basis to where my mental state is, I'm able to be okay. You know, without gratitude, I am going to only look at the differences and not the similarities. And it's like that quote in the book where you're so consumed with the ugliness of a couple of trees that you're not realizing the beauty of the forest. It's exactly what it was. So, you know, I spent a year just sober, not doing anything, very dry, then started smoking a little bit of CBD THC, started drinking again. Immediately when I started drinking again, it was a problem. I couldn't control myself. I was embarrassed about things I said. I woke up in the morning like, what just happened? Not even knowing where sometimes. And again, it's the delusional, irrational thinking of, I can party on every other weekend because my son's dad has him. I never really was able to party with just alcohol. I'm a drug addict. These are all the lies we tell ourselves. So it ended up being about 3 years of drinking. And that last year, there was a 9-month period. So mind you, while I'm drinking, or before I was drinking, I was going to be opening a treatment center. This was like my passion, helping others and their families. You know, and it was going to be a mental health treatment center for women, like a safe space for women. I was really excited about it. And I allowed my alcoholism to make it to where I didn't want to have a voice. I was so scared because I felt like people in my industry came to me for advice. Who am I without being the one you come to? What is my identity? I don't know it. So I stayed silent and I stayed sick. And it went from alcohol to cocaine and alcohol to alcohol, cocaine, and Xanax to alcohol, cocaine, Xanax, meth, then to fentanyl, never having done fentanyl. And this is the disease. It is always progressive. You are never going to have a better relapse than the first time you got sober. Like it's just never going to happen. It's always going to be so much worse. And this time was way worse because I had stuff. I had things. I had all the whatever. And being emotionally bankrupt, like getting off heroin and speed 10 years prior, I'm all out of options. I don't know what to do. But doing it when you've had multiple years of sobriety and you have program in you and you're like, you know the answers, but you're emotionally bankrupt. I wanted to die. And I did die. I died twice, 2 days in a row, on my 35th birthday and the day before it, on fentanyl. I was dead for 7 minutes. And they came, revived me, Narcan me twice, brought me to the hospital. And what happened? I still am made from the hospital. It took me 2 more weeks to get sober. Got sober a year and a half ago and did deep inner healing work, somatic work, breath work, 12 steps. I sponsor women. I'm of service. I also say the things that I would have been scared to say prior. And that's what's really catapulted me into the authenticity that I had never known of who I am. And yeah, and now here we are.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of things that resonate with me, and I'll get into that at some other point. But no, I appreciate that. Does anybody have any questions for Ashley? Speak up, guys. Let's have someone ask some questions. I know there's someone here.
Okay, sorry. Can you all hear me? Because I've been like all over this apartment complex. Can you? Okay. I don't know where to start. I'm sorry. This is like so brand new for me.
Go ahead.
So, but anyways, I appreciate you getting on because a lot of stuff you talked about, I definitely resonate with, and you talking about your mom and stuff. That's not exactly my situation. But that my best friend really struggles. Like her and her mom doesn't. They don't have a relationship, and it was really hard because her mom took us to soccer practices and all the birthday parties growing up, and then she just it was honestly big pharma. Like she just got sick, and then she just got hooked on a bunch of medicine that doctors were giving her. And so I feel bad for my best friend.
Nope. Is it just her that's frozen?
Her.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hopefully you got. Am I cutting out?
You're back.
I'm so
Yep,
sorry.
you're back.
Yeah. We didn't really hear that. If you want to say that again, sorry. After your mom, after she would take you guys to soccer.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, you know, my situation's different because my mom, I was adopted. I bet you can't hear me.
No, you're good.
The switch over. Here, I'm gonna. No, hold on. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm telling my boyfriend. Well, not my boyfriend. I don't know what we are.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me? Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold. No. Give it to somebody else, and I still want to keep this.
Okay. Does anyone else have a question while she gets her internet squared away? Anybody? Anybody? Open floor. I know you guys are being shy. Come on, there's got to be someone.
Yeah, I'll say something. I'm in a lift right now, but yeah. So when you went and got clean recently, and um, you said you started doing the 12 steps again and breath work and all of that stuff. What kind of do you think changed now? I mean, I know you said that you found your voice. Is that what you feel like kind of do you feel like different now? Is that you're able to talk about it?
Well, no, I actually only found my voice because I went on this deep healing journey. So like,
Okay.
it was I had a bit of another awakening, whatever. That's a whole like
Yeah.
thing. Okay. So all right. Are we right
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I feel
tight.
it.
Okay, cool. So I had my second spiritual awakening and I was fucking I was like, I didn't know which way was up or down. And I was going through, once I got sober after the overdoses, I then went back with my ex who I wanted to fix on, essentially marry, be happy, live happily ever after, most toxic relationship. And he did not choose me every day.
Yeah.
He did not choose me, and I didn't choose myself. So why are you going to choose me?
Yeah.
And because of that, while in that relationship, I had the awakening. So I'm sober, knowing exactly what this is. Like I'm like seeing how we're mirroring each other's core wounds. Oh, it was a wild time. And I just started, naturally my frequency started being attracted to like breath work and doing yoga and
Yes.
figuring out what this is and what this is. What are we doing? What am I actually doing here? Because my first awakening was all about the outside. It was about the veil being lifted. This one was an inside job. It was about me, learning to trust me. So that's how that came about.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I just left. I was married 11 years, but we were super toxic, you know, like just using together and both, you know, mental health stuff and trauma,
Oh.
and it's just circle of chaos. And we finally, you know, we haven't talked in, you know, since August, and you know, I moved away and took 2 bags and left the house and moved to another place. And I feel like getting out of that, which I never
Mm-hmm.
thought would be possible. Like I just didn't see it in my, I'm like, I'm just gonna have to sit here in this controlling situation for,
Mm-hmm.
you know, ever. And I was just okay with that, you know, but now like getting out of it, and I feel like that was kind of like my spiritual awakening, was like once I got away and got found God and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like oh, everything is like light and day from who I was,
Yeah.
or night
It's
and day or
really
whatever.
no, it's so true that it's as simple as that, that once we choose ourselves, the path starts to unfold brick by brick.
Yeah, 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 choose ourselves. That's a good thing to think. Yeah, that's kind of what I did. So, yeah, thank you.
Very cool. I commend you. It's hard.
It is hard. I never thought it'd be possible, but yeah, we do have to choose ourselves, because it's like trying to fix someone, or, you know, them fixing us and all of that. It's just like, are two people trying to be clean together when they're, you
Yeah,
know, the odds are just not very good.
for sure.
Yeah, thank you for your story.
Thank you. Yeah.
Rupa, do you want to try again?
Yeah, now I'm better.
Oh, that's now you get a better connection.
So yeah, I just wanted to enjoy the sunshine while before it gets dark. But anyways, and he's watching the Masters, even though he offered we're in a small part. anyways, um, but yeah, I was just saying, like, you had talked about your mom and stuff, and that's what my best friend's situation is, like, not having a relationship with her. But with my mom, I was adopted, and like she just like gave her all, and so I'm just kind of
Mm.
like, why am I like kind of messed up? No, I don't want to say messed up. Oh my gosh, it's the wrong thing. But
Oh,
like,
there's so many
like
reasons that
that
you
was
could
the
be messed up.
worst.
Yeah.
That's like the worst thing. I just meant like, you know, kind of, you know, I don't know. She didn't drink, smoke, cuss, nothing. Like literally, like.
Well, I think some of it is also a predisposed condition. Like
That's true.
it can
Yeah.
be genetic. It's like nature versus nurture, right? But also sometimes like with moms that are so loving and so um what's the opposite of distracted? Just she moms that are like that, right? They sometimes you might have felt like loved, but you didn't get to experience enough, you know, character developing moments, right? That maybe made you a people pleaser, maybe made you, you know, have some of her, like there's so many ways of like why we become an
Yeah. There's so many.
alcoholic, you know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's so many variables that can go into the equation for sure. And just saying, like I said, my best friend. Wait, a lot of things you said, I can definitely resonate with. So
And
thank
also
you for talking.
there could be and a lot of times it's your subconscious, some things that you might not even realize happen, things that were programmed when you were 3 5 years old, that just sitting there that you don't realize. And that's why I tell people, like, I go to hypnotherapy. um
Mm,
Therapy in general, I like hypnotherapy, but I think those kind of things, when you just really dive in and try to figure out what it is. Because let me tell you something, and
mm-hmm.
what resonated with me, what you said, is like, you like we I think you were talking about, when you talking about telling your story over and over again. I started
Mm-hmm.
after I got sober, and same thing, I started doing like the deep work, and that's when
Mm-hmm.
everything started fucking clicking. And that's when the spiritual awakening happened, and that's when everything. And then I started realizing all the things, the reasons I did everything that I did. It started clicking, and I'm like, this is why I fucking drank. This is
Yep.
why I acted like this. And
Yep.
that, like, to me, I always thought, oh, I've got some fucking whatever trauma it was. But to me, like, for me, it was always the same shit that you said.
Mm-hmm.
It was more of like a self-esteem thing. I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
feel like everyone thinks I'm the funniest guy in the room, and everyone's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this guy's a party animal. He's so cool to be around. And I fed
Yep.
off that. I wanted to be that all the
Totally.
time. and it
Mm-hmm.
fucking just it fucking ate me up and
Mm-hmm.
spit me out, and that was the whole thing. It was just that was the reason I think that I ended up with the drinking and drug problems because I just wanted everyone to like me. That at the end of the day,
Yeah.
but
It's a
sometimes
self-worth issue. And then but then the deep inner work that we do, if the whole world wanted to do it, they would, because if they saw the benefit, you can tell the benefits of it all you want, but unless someone is right there ready, like
yeah,
they're not going to do it. And that's where we heal those
yeah,
self-worth issues and all that.
yeah. And then I think some people also just don't know where to start. I didn't know where to fucking start.
Totally.
And then
Totally.
I'm still figuring out, like 3 years into this
Yeah.
kind of second portion of my journey, I'm starting to finally figure out like how to fucking do this the right way and grow and continually grow and what to work on next and the path. And
Totally.
so that's yeah, that's cool.
The
But there,
healing journey is kind of funny because it's like once you don't feel the pain from needing to heal anymore, you're kind of like, oh, am I in the clear? And then something new comes up, and then something new comes up,
yeah, it's never, I
always
mean,
ongoing.
it's a never ending journey. And like you'll hear, obviously a lot of people will say, oh, like I'm okay now. I'm good. I'm healed and I can do this and I can do that. And that's like, that's when you gotta, I tell people, put your fucking
Rein
guard
it
up
in.
because
Yeah, rein it in.
shit's about to go down.
Totally.
All right. Does anyone else have any questions? I know it's been an hour, so I don't want to keep I know that one of our last ones lasted like fucking hour and 45 minutes. So I want to make sure. Anyone else? All right. Ashley, what? I think she got another one. Rupa. What were you saying? Hold on. All right, she's on mute. I don't know if we can't hear you, but Ashley, thank you so much for being here.
Thank
Appreciate you.
you.
Listen, so I always tell everyone, so I recorded this obviously, and I usually throw it up on YouTube. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
that's
I'll
totally
send you
fine.
the link. So if you want to chop it up and any of it, use it
Perfect.
for content, it is what it is.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you guys.
Thank you
And
guys.
Thank
we'll
you,
see you.
Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you so much.
Check in
Bye.
tomorrow, and we're gonna do a meditation on Wednesday with Carolina. So thank you guys.
All right. See you
Thank you,
guys.
Mike. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.